Okay, let's dive right into this explainer, and honestly, let's just take a second to celebrate a massive milestone. Huge congratulations on finishing the bare essentials of JavaScript. Seriously, you've got to give yourself a pat on the back for this one. Learning the core syntax and the fundamental logic of any programming language is absolutely no small feat. I've really loved walking through this material with you, and JavaScript is just such an incredibly cool and powerful language to work in.
So, reaching this completion milestone, you should be feeling pretty empowered right now. You officially have enough foundational knowledge to step out on your own and start experimenting with your very own small programs. Think about it. You know how variables work, you totally get loops, and you can manipulate basic elements on a web page. You actually have the tools to build things from scratch, and that is a massive step forward.
But as literally any professional developer out there will tell you, this is really just a beginning. We've only covered the very first part of the language in this beginner class. So while you definitely have the essentials locked down, it's time to pull out the map and look at the advanced landscape that lies ahead. The big question we need to answer now is, what on earth do you study next to bridge that gap between being a beginner and becoming a pro?
To figure that out, we've put together a step-by-step developer's roadmap. We're going to cover moving beyond the bare essentials, powering up with libraries, the modern web with AJAX and JSON, advanced logic and architecture, practical implementation, and finally, staying connected.
All right, Section 1, Beyond the Bare Essentials, the transition.
As you transition out of the beginner stage, it is absolutely crucial to understand that the advanced ecosystem out there, it can look totally vast, maybe even a little intimidating at first glance. But I promise you, it is entirely manageable when you just take it step by step. There is a lot more to come, and the concepts we're about to jump into will fundamentally change how you write code. We're talking about making your applications way faster, highly interactive, and just far more professional across the board.
Moving into Section 2, Powering Up with Libraries, Efficiency Tools.
So, one of the very first things you should explore on this new journey is JavaScript libraries. You're quickly going to find that these are tools specifically designed to dramatically speed up your workflow and basically handle all those annoying browser inconsistencies for you. Take jQuery, for instance. It's a massive player in the industry, offering a huge range of functionality that takes complex, headache-inducing tasks and shrinks them down into just a few simple lines of code. Plus, there are tons of tutorials out there for it. You should also definitely look into Modernizer, which is this fantastic little library that basically helps your code keep up with constantly changing browser standards. And depending on what your specific project needs are, MooTools is another really great library offering some excellent additional development utility. The whole point here is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time you sit down to code. These libraries do the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Up next is Section 3, the modern web, AJAX and JSON.
Okay, you absolutely must master the dynamic duo of the modern web. Now, there's a really common misconception here. People hear the word AJAX thrown around like a buzzword, and they automatically assume it's a completely separate programming language or some brand new, crazy technology. But the actual fact is, it's just JavaScript. It's simply a way of using JavaScript to allow your web pages to communicate with a server behind the scenes without you ever having to hit that refresh button on the page.
To brilliantly illustrate AJAX in action, just think about the last time you used Google Maps. When you scroll in to zoom closer to a specific street, the entire web page doesn't flash white and completely reload, right? Instead, AJAX quietly sneaks over to the server, grabs the new, detailed map information, brings it right back, and displays it seamlessly right there in your browser. It creates this beautifully smooth, uninterrupted user experience. It's an absolute must-learn skill.
Now, working perfectly hand-in-hand with AJAX is JSON. JSON is essentially the ultimate format for organizing and storing all that data that's coming back from a server. Imagine you're using AJAX to go fetch a live Twitter feed to display on your website. Well, that data is very likely going to be handed back to you wrapped up as JSON. It stands for JavaScript Object Notation. And exactly as the name implies, JavaScript handles it beautifully. They are pretty much the perfect pair for modern web development.
Let's keep moving. Section 4, Advanced Logic and Architecture, the Deep Dive. As we go a bit deeper into this roadmap, it's time to start leveling up your underlying programming logic. A perfect example of this is taking the time to study regular expressions. You are going to use these heavily for advanced form validation. For example, say a user is signing up for your new app. Regular expressions allow you to strictly check that they've actually entered a properly formatted email address, with an @ and a .com domain, ensuring they haven't just typed in some random word like hamburger. It's all about securing your data inputs and building out really robust logic.
Furthermore, as part of this deep dive, you really should explore object-oriented programming, or OOP. Now, JavaScript is pretty unique in its approach compared to class-based languages like Java or C++, but replicating object-oriented patterns is absolute common practice in professional development. Learning this helps you organize your code, make it reusable, and scale your applications way up without accidentally creating a giant tangled mess of spaghetti code.
Getting to the fun stuff in Section 5, Practical Implementation, Building Real-World Projects.
So the crucial takeaway here is that theory is basically nothing without practice. Your very next milestone should absolutely be creating tangible, real-world projects. This is the exact moment where your foundational, beginner knowledge and these shiny new advanced concepts truly come together. Don't just read about this stuff. Actually build things. Focus your energy on creating interactive image sliders, programming really smooth drag-and-drop interfaces, or coding sleek animated menus. Getting your hands dirty and building these specific, practical projects is what will permanently cement these advanced skills into your brain.
Finally, Section 6, Staying Connected, your next development steps.
This journey certainly doesn't end here today. We actually have whole new upcoming series dedicated entirely to digging deep into jQuery and mastering AJAX coming right up. So be sure to subscribe so you can keep your skills razor sharp and catch all those future updates. Also remember that development is a huge community effort, so please leave some feedback. Let me know what specific concepts, libraries, or wild projects you want to tackle next so we can tailor the next explainer exactly to what you need. All right, you are now officially armed with this roadmap. You know exactly what the landscape looks like. You know all about libraries, AJAX, JSON, regular expressions, and OOP. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Which piece of the advanced JavaScript frontier are you going to conquer first? Pick a project, fire up that code editor, and let's keep building. See you on the next series.